Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Idol. So in this video, I want to talk about a few things. One, Andrew Lincoln's been spotted on set of his new movie, so I want to talk about that. And secondly, I want to talk about Brandon Rose, Negan, and Aaron, and what's happening there, what to expect from Negan this season, and also talk about Aaron and whether or not he could be a potential death this season. So before we jump in, I do have to warn you for spoilers for the Whisperer arc in the comics, and I'm talking issue 130 to like issue 160 something. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to go subscribe to my personal channel. I'm actually posting a video tomorrow, and I think I'm going to reserve Fridays for this. It's going to be more personal content, so tomorrow I'm posting a video on why I love The Walking Dead, how much it's impacted my life, and all that. So, but yeah, if you're subscribed already, you'll get that video tomorrow. If not, the link's down below. But Andrew Lincoln has been spotted on set of his new movie, and I don't even know why I'm talking about this, to be honest, but I just feel like I have to talk about this because it's Andrew Lincoln related, and we haven't seen him in a very long time. I mean, most of us know Andrew Lincoln because of Rick Grimes, right? We all know him because he is Rick Grimes. And so seeing this photo here, just these photos of him on the set of this new movie, it feels very, I don't know, it feels weird. I just had to talk about it. One of my takeaways is that I am happy that he's doing new movie roles because he definitely deserves that type of career. He needs to be a movie star. He's a massive television star, but he's a great actor. He needs to be in movies. Whenever this movie comes out, I think it's called Penguin Bloom, I will review it here on the channel because I'm just a massive Andrew Lincoln fan, right? It is kind of cool though, because for some reason, I don't know why, but I thought his gray hair, like his really gray hair in season 9 was his own hair. Maybe it's because it was shorter, so it looked just that much grayer, but I don't know. Here, he looks like he has darker hair. Like this looks like season 7 and 8 Rick. So he doesn't look like an old man like I thought, like not as much. I mean, in this photo here, he literally looks like his season 3 self, right? And then we have these photos here, which I thought was hilarious. Rick got the hint, Michonne. He's moved on too. I mean, could you imagine if this was actually a set photo from the Rick Grimes movie? This was a storyline, like Rick just living the life. Anyways, that was cool to see, but yeah, I miss you, Andrew Lincoln. Come back to The Walking Dead, or just do something with the movie soon. We also have another Walking Dead reveal, and I'm just going to cover this very quick because it's something we already talked about, and we heard it on the Walking Dead preview special. That's why I'm like, this isn't a reveal, but okay, whatever. As we learned from the preview special, Christian Serratos, I can't say her last name, but obviously she plays Rosita. Apparently she helped with the baby name. Her name's Coco, and apparently it pays homage to a name from her family, Socorro, if I'm saying that right, which is Spanish for help/relief. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I think she became a mother recently, right? So yeah, it's all really cool. I mean, we have these images here, and this is Rosita, Eugene. I guess Rosita's changing the baby. Eugene does not look happy at all. My prediction right now is that this photo is from the season 10 premiere, because Angela Kang, I think it was Angela Kang. Oh, actually, no, it was Josh McDermott. What am I talking about? He was on the preview special last weekend. He said that Eugene was very much involved with this baby. He was looking after this baby and everything. So I think this scene here, I think Eugene will be like, wow, that stinks or whatever. He'll learn how to change the baby's diaper. But throughout the season, we're really going to see him take care of that baby. Like, we're really going to see him do that, which is scary because if Rosita dies this season, because she could die, she could be a death, Eugene might look after that baby, right? And something I don't want, I really would like Eugene and Rosita to eventually be together at some point. I just feel like it's a relationship that could really work because Eugene's always going to be there, right? And say Sadiq or Gabriel die, Rosita will always have Eugene around. I don't know, I think there's something that could work there, I really do. Also, it's really weird, and I've noticed this before in previous seasons of The Walking Dead, but for some reason, that house is just super clean. It's a zombie apocalypse, yet they have time to clean. I guess as of now, it makes more sense, right? Because they've been living like this for 6 years. Things are a little more peaceful, but yeah, I don't know, I observe weird things. So I want to talk about this photo here, Brandon Rose and Negan, because a lot of people are asking me questions in the comment section of, I guess, the last few videos that I've done talking about Negan and Brandon Rose, asking me who he is and stuff like that. How is that going to relate to the story and all that? And I haven't really gone into detail with that. So I want to talk about that. Some of you comic book readers likely already know, but Brandon Rose is the son of Tammy Rose and Morton Rose. I can't remember exactly what happened to Morton Rose. I'm pretty sure he died, right? I'm pretty sure what happened, and this is just from my memory. I know I should have researched, but I'm like 95% sure this is what happened. Morton Rose and I believe another character, could have been Brandon Rose, but I think it was another character. They actually tried to kill Rick in the middle of the night. Because what was happening was everyone wanted to fight the Whisperers, or at least a certain part of Alexandria did. Most, I think it was like half, 75%. It was a good portion of Alexandria. They wanted to fight back. Rick didn't want to fight back because doing that, he would lose more people. This happened after the Whisperer Pike event, and this is going to be something that we deal with season 10, with Silence the Whispers. it's going to be a thing that we deal with this season. Like Michonne, she might be a character that doesn't want to fight back. And so she's constantly going to say that we need to keep this peace, we need to follow the law and all of that. Certain characters might not want to, and that's when that character here, Brandon Rose, comes into play. His father, Morton Rose, will want to fight back. And by the way, actually, I guess I should clarify, they probably won't have the name Rose because obviously Tammy Rose already died, right? His name's probably just going to be Brandon. They'll probably just go by the first name. They don't actually have to give him that last name. It'll probably be very different on the show. I don't even know if we'll find out. But during this assassination attempt, Rick actually bites I think it's Morton, on the throat and like rips his throat out, much like he did in the season 4 finale with Joe the Claimer. He did that at this point here in the comics, and it was just so insane. And so to get a moment like that in season 10 again, but Michonne doing it this time, I mean, it would be really, I think it would be very telling of where Michonne is and what she's dealing with this season. This photo right here of Michonne holding Lucille, maybe Michonne's going absolutely nuts, much like Rick was in season 4. Maybe Michonne's just in a really insane place, dealing with the Whisperers, dealing with everything that she's dealing with. She's lost control, and she realizes this, and this all starts right at this moment when Morton Rose tries to kill her, and then she does that, which will be a callback to when Rick did it. And I mean, she saw what Rick did, right? I'm pretty sure she was there, so this would make sense. If this was her last resort to get out of the situation, she became a monster, much like Rick became a monster back then. But people do really crazy things to survive, right? This is just something that happens on the show. So Michonne doing this, if this does happen, it's going to make Brandon want revenge, obviously, right? Because Michonne technically killed Brandon's father, although his father wanted to kill Michonne or Rick. I'm just placing Michonne in this situation. It could very much be Daryl in this situation. They could totally switch it up. But my point is, Brandon Rose is actually going to want revenge, and so he actually goes and helps Negan out. And both of them leave Alexandria and walk to the Whisperer camp, but Negan kills Brandon right there. And that's what I mean by Negan's not necessarily all good. He's not redeeming himself, but the person he kills is kind of like, well, I was okay with you killing him anyways. Like, Negan's reasoning for killing him was very much like, I just want to kill you. He may have known of some things that happened and whatnot, but overall, he doesn't really care. He's still like a good person, and overall, he's definitely changing, but there's still that side to him, right? So that's why I say it's like he's redeeming himself, but then he'll go and do something like that. He killed a very terrible person, but that's what I'm expecting to happen this season. That's what I'm expecting to happen in like episode 7, around there. If the mid-season finale is Negan killing Alpha, that's roughly what I expect to happen. Like I can see episode 7 ending with Negan killing Brandon Rose and then walking off to the Whisperer camp, or maybe that happens in an episode before or something like that. Regardless, this season's going to be really, really amazing. There's so much stuff they can literally put in this first half. I have a feeling every episode is just going to be jam-packed with just insane material. Maybe not the premiere though, because the premiere, I mean, it's kind of just setting up the season. At least that's kind of my prediction right now anyways. But I also want to talk about why Negan is teaming up with Aaron, and whether or not I think Brandon could be working for Aaron, because I don't know what Aaron's doing right now. He's a character that needs to be utilized way more. He really, really needs to be used more on the show, and I hope they do that with this season. As for could he die, I hope he doesn't, and I just want to say it really quickly. He's a character that I don't want to die this season. A lot of it is because he looks like Rick, like comic Rick. He looks exactly like him, and that pretty much is the only reason. I do like Aaron as a character, but if he didn't look like comic Rick, I'd be like, hey, why is he still around? He's not doing anything, but because he looks like comic Rick, because whenever he does have scenes, I do really like him. I hope he doesn't die in season 10. I really hope he doesn't die this season. But the Negan and Aaron team up seems to lead somewhere very, very awful, because Negan has Aaron on the ground. He has that crowbar, and it's like he's contemplating whether or not he should kill him or not. I don't think he's going to. I mean, that would just be too much. Negan killing Aaron in that moment is like, wait, what? But I do wonder if he's going to think about it for a second. Him being up there like that, holding that crowbar, he might tease Aaron a little bit. He might be like, it wasn't too long ago where you were down there like that in that position. Obviously referencing what happened in the season 6 finale. Like, I think Negan's going to kind of tease him or taunt him in this moment, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. As for what happens after this moment, that's the thing. I don't think Aaron's ever going to forgive Negan for killing Eric. I mean, Negan wasn't directly responsible, but he was like indirectly responsible, right? Because that war started, a lot of people died, and Aaron lost his boyfriend, Eric. So there's a lot of tension there, and I don't see him forgiving him for that. Negan, I think, is probably just going to have to ignore Aaron. And that's kind of the thing with Negan. I don't know what to expect from him in the future, because all of us think he's going to redeem himself and, all of that. And yeah, I think he's going to be, but I also like what Jeffrey Dean Morgan says about Negan. I wouldn't call this next arc of his a redemption. It's just more of he's realizing things. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it's kind of what I think. He's redeeming himself in certain ways. Like he really cares for Judith. He really cares for certain characters, and he will help out Michonne, probably help out Alexandria a little bit, but he's still Negan at the end of the day. So how do the other characters accept that? I don't see Daryl ever accepting it. I can't see Aaron. I can't even see Ezekiel and all of them, except maybe Ezekiel. He's a little more forgiving. He might be able to actually forgive Negan, but who knows, right? I mean, who knows? Negan is extremely hated, and what happens in the comics is he can't stay in Alexandria because he is way too controversial. So they send him away. Rick's like, fine, you've done a lot. I get it. I know what you're allowed out of that cell, but you just have to leave. You can't stay in Alexandria. You're banned from here or exiled or whatever. And then he leaves and he never comes back. That's literally the end of Negan. We never see him for the rest of the series. We see one moment later on where he does something in issue 174, but besides that, Negan is done. Is that going to happen on the show? Like, is this season going to be the last season with Negan? I don't think so. They need a lot of recognizable faces. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is one actor that everyone likes. And so to keep him on the show, obviously they're going to do that. They'd be crazy to not do that. And so we're going to get into some crazy original material with that character in season 11. That I really can't wait for. Like if they get into the Commonwealth stuff, to have Negan involved with that, that's going to be really cool. But anyways, post your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think is next for Negan? And also post your reactions to Andrew Lincoln filming his new movie. Hope you all enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.